Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys my weekly Q&A, so let's get right into this. Post a picture of your favorite face. You guys have seen my face, so you know what my favorite one is. And we all know what Android 18 looks like, so. Moving on. If Super Saiyan 4 Goku Shadow Dragons... is Super Saiyan 4 Goku Shadow Dragon Saga stronger than Beerus because Beerus was fighting Super Saiyan 2 Raging Vegeta with 10% of his strength? Number one, you gotta look at Vegeta. You don't know how much strong he's got. You don't know how strong Raging Vegeta even is. We don't know how strong Vegeta got when he raged. And I don't even feel like commenting on GT versus Super debate anymore because it's so convoluted, you know. Beerus is like, oh, you know, Monaka can blow up a planet with his power. You know, oh, if he gets mad. There's tons of inconsistencies on both sides. I'm gonna wait until Super's over to really go in depth with this topic, and even then there's not going to be a real answer because you can make I still stand by you can make arguments for both sides, I think, still, but it really is getting to be a tiring topic. What would you do if Soul, oh my goodness gracious, I'd probably die. What would you do if Soul Animation got to 1 million subscribers? I would probably shut down my channel. Maybe not. I'm not going to say it, but, you know, it's a possibility. Why don't you make videos with Unreal Entertainment Gaming? He's never asked. So, there. I usually make videos with a lot of people that ask, you know, so, yeah. He's just never asked. That's fine. Super Saiyan 3 Goku GT versus Buutenks. Hands down, Goku. Because Buutenks, I've kind of estimated, you know, he's got to be somewhere around the realm of Buutenks even. I was thinking Buuhan. Because Buuhan should be around 35 to like 40 times Goku. You know, power scaling and writing don't always go hand in hand. But mathematically speaking, I've gone over it before. I don't want to waste time breaking it down now. You know, looking at Gotenks, looking at Gohan's power. Then looking at how Buutenks, you know, increased in power. All that stuff. You know, about that realm. Which is going to sound bizarre to people that don't, you know, haven't broken it down before, but, you know, just ignore it if you don't, you know, trust it. That's fine. But Super Saiyan Goku will be enough for Buutenks even. So Super Saiyan 3 is overkill. I got 2 phones. I have like 4, but 2 of them are broken. Kamehameha or Final Flash? Kamehameha. Favorite face turn in pro wrestling? I don't know. I don't really watch wrestling, so I guess both of these questions aren't really good. Do you remember Total Drama 16 and Stocked? No? I remember Total Drama, I think. That was a cartoon. That's the only one I remember. And that was kind of like past my time almost, really. I was like probably 12 or 13 when it aired. I wasn't really watching it that much. I knew about it. Okay, let's see. Have you ever heard of Tekken? Of course, everyone has. If so, how well do you think Mr. Satan would do if he entered the King of Iron Fist tournament? He could beat some guys, but I don't think he'd do that well. But Mr. Satan is strong, don't get me wrong. He's powerful, but I don't think that he'll stand up to some of the guys. Plus, some of those guys are going to scare the crap out of him. Like the raptor and the bear and the kangaroo. Not to mention the other things, like Demon frickin' Jin or whatever, I think. You know, I just played the arcade machine once, so I just know the characters from there, really. Just say no. Well, there you go, I said it. If you could take away 3 characters in the entire franchise, meaning they never existed, including movies and GT, who would they be? Now, I'm just going to go and just, you know, pick my 3 most annoying. And that's actually tough, because the only one I always think is so annoying is Puar. So I'd take away Puar. Chaozu, definitely. Oh my goodness. And, Dodoria. Dodoria I just threw in there. I don't really know if that'd be my 3rd choice or not, but I wouldn't really need Dodoria. No one really needs Dodoria there. Is there any... Okay, honest to God. Are there any Dodoria fans out there? Zarbon, I know. But Dodoria, guys? Really? Speaking of Zarbon, Turles versus Zarbon. Easily Turles. Even if Zarbon transforms, his power level is going to be around like 30, like 29 to like 32-ish thousand, I believe, is like kind of the range you get there. Turles, I think, is clocked out to be like around 38,000 without the fruit. So it's a mud stomp, honestly. And he just seems to have better technique, so. Vegeta versus Nappa at badminton. Vegeta's got more flexibility, so I think Vegeta would take the cake. Trunks versus Goten at bowling. You know, I think that's a game that Trunks wouldn't really fare too well against. So I just feel like Goten would take the cake there. Do you think Hit could take on Golden Frieza? This is going to be spoilers, guys, for episode... What is this? The next episode we're seeing, was it 38, I think? Either 37 or 38. We got the preview, I think, for... Yeah, 38. So spoilers here. So just mute the volume if you really don't want to hear anything about Hit or his power. Mute the volume until I delete this question, alright? Hit was making... I said this on Geekdom's video. That's... I talked to Geekdom about this. I didn't say it on video yet. But I talked to Geekdom about this and Mike. And Vegeta... Hit was making Vegeta look like the fight between Super Buu and Vegito. As in, Vegeta's being Super Buu in this case, and Hit's, you know, mud stomping him. Yeah, that's not a fight. Hit would demolish Golden Frieza. Same thing here, man. Hit versus Super Janemba. Come on, bro. What do you think would be a good alternative name for Super Saiyan God? Super Saiyan, I personally would call it Divine Super Saiyan. It's actually funny. I'm going to try to remember to link it, but I'm not sure. I did a whole video with Quaman and a couple other guys, I think Mike from Livestock Media, on Super Saiyan God names, like all the alternatives, you know, fan-made ones, and, you know, the ones we've seen that are official. I think that still the best case scenario was calling the red-haired form Saiyan God, or, you know, yeah, Saiyan God, and then calling the Super Saiyan God for the blue one. But Vegeta does call it Super Saiyan Blue in the newest episode, so that's apparently what the name is. People still call me an idiot, and it pisses me off because I'm still going to call it Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan for a while, even though it sounds stupid. I don't like the name of Super Saiyan Blue, but Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan was still a name that was given to the form in games and, you know, other production. Vegeta is calling it Super Saiyan Blue in Super in the latest episode. So, you know, I don't really give a shit if people say, you know, to stop calling it that, because guess what? I'm going to keep fucking calling it Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. I don't honestly give a shit. You can stop watching. There will be people that will stop watching my videos just for that, and good riddance to them, because that is just a pathetic way to stop watching someone. But yeah, Super Saiyan God would be the best name for Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, but, you know, or Super Saiyan Blue. But yeah. My dog is over here just eating shit off the floor. Not shit, but, you know, she's like sniffing around for stuff. What a freaking weirdo. When are you and Vegito 1089 going to get together and make the most accurate power level list ranging through the whole Dragon Ball series? That would be cool, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. That's a pretty big task. And I mean, I actually, surprising to some of you, I actually have talked to him a couple times through Quaman. We were in like Skype calls, but I've talked to him before. But, you know, I don't really think he knows of my content. I just talked, you know, he was there and we were talking. That's really it. Wasn't anything special. Besides Cooler, it was actually around, I remember it was because when Resurrection F came out, we were all talking about Piccolo's power, how BS it was. But yeah. Besides Cooler, if you could make any movie or GT character canon, who would it be? Either Hachiyak or Baby. I prefer Baby, but Hachiyak was, of course, the original, you know, Tuffle warrior that was sent to destroy Saiyans. But I always love Baby better. I think the tragedy of Baby's character, you know, because there is a bit of a tragedy. I did a whole video on, you know, if Baby was truly evil, which he is evil, you know, of course. But I think there's a lot of cool concepts about Baby, even though it's a lot of stuff that was from Hachiyak. I don't know, I liked it, and I think Baby would have been a cool character. Maybe you put him in Z somewhere, but, you know, not have him as strong, obviously. How many times are we going to have to teach you this lesson, old man? Oh, SpongeBob reference. Okay. Yeah. Well, alright. Let's see. Broly and Kid Buu have the same character. Why is Broly hated and Kid Buu loved? They're pretty different, actually. I know they both kind of like big dumb. Now, I think people misinterpret when I say the word dumb, and it's kind of the way I interpret it. When I say dumb, I usually mean stupid in a funny way, like, you know, how Arnold Schwarzenegger in, not Terminator, because that movie's amazing, and I do love Commando, but in Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger's just a big, you know, guy, does a lot of one-liners, just some stupid action, you know? That's what I mean, you know what I mean? So Broly's like that, Kid Buu's kind of like that. I do prefer Broly over Kid Buu, though. I don't think there's, you know, as much hate for Kid Buu, because I feel like Kid Buu has that backstory with the other Buu forms. Broly didn't really have that. I don't know. It's interesting to bring that up. They are similar, but I think that, you know, comparing them isn't completely fair. But I think the reason people don't like Broly is because of the fan base. So that's really it. Did you grow up in the bad parts of New York City, and were you the only white boy? Well, I never said I lived in New York City. I just said I live in New York. I live in like the northern part of New York, so like northern. I'm not gonna give too specifics, but some people have already pinpointed my location. So from a very old video I did, not even that old, like a couple months ago, but you won't know about it unless you find it. If you find it, you find it. Good for you. You know where I lived. But actually, where I live is a couple of places in a couple of states that are named the same thing. That probably just gave it away. Have fun finding that one out. Yeah, where I live, it's got like, there's like 3 places in New York, I think, called it. There's a couple of other, I'm not going to give the other states because that makes it way too easy. There's some surrounding states that have the same name, like a town. So yeah, no, I didn't grow up in the bad parts. I live in the country, so farmlands and shit. The side characters are going to span, Fong, and useless. I guess they mean long. I don't know what. I guess they mean they're going to keep going and be useless. I don't know. Trunks, Bulma. Listen, man. Bulma is not useless. Did you see her in the episode where she was summoning the dragon and Super? That was some useful stuff. Gohan, Videl, etc. Jesus, I wish Beerus or Champa would just murder them all and their whole families. Well, Goku's a part of that family, so I wouldn't really want that. How many subscribers do you hope to have before you set up your website? At least 100,000, but even then, I don't know when I'm going to set it up. That's like a big, because setting up a website's a really big task, and I got so much stuff in my life going on that I really don't want to worry about now. I had to hit 50K first, so that's the first step. And this will be the last question, and I'm going to just say something at the end of this, just, to keep you guys on an update, because I know these are shorter, and I know you guys don't like that, but I just want to explain it to you guys so you guys understand better. I'll be completely honest with you, so I don't have a problem telling you all my shit that's going on. If you don't care, just leave after this next question. But you seem smart. Answer these 3. Find $20. Take it or leave it. Take it. Find a Lambo with keys on the outside. Take it or leave it. I mean, I wouldn't really take the Lamborghini. Even it has no tracker, I still wouldn't take it. It's a fucking Lamborghini. You wake up in the middle of the night with fur and you find Neverworld's dick in your mouth. Take it or leave it. Shoot him. That is not a threat. That's just a hypothetical situation. Yeah, I'd leave it. I wouldn't. Yeah. No, sir. No, thank you. I don't need that. But that's been it for this Q&A, guys. I'd like to thank you all for watching. And if you're still sticking around, which some of you probably are, some of you won't give a shit, and that's fine. The reason these are shorter, I said it in I think a couple of videos ago. I'm trying to make these shorter, cut down on the, I want to make it so people watch more of the video. Because what that does is it helps my channel grow because it gives me a higher retention, It gives me better stats on YouTube. So what I'm going to try to do, so understand that, it's good for the channel to grow. I like doing long Q&As, stuff like that. I mean, hell, I could put a couple more ads in them. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing YouTube for fun and to make money. It's both. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. This is my job. But I have to be successful, so I'm cutting down time on these Q&As. And I want kind of to balance it out for you guys, what I really want to do. Let me know what you guys think of this idea. I want to kind of cut it down to maybe even like 10 to 11 minutes. And what I'll do is I'll cherry pick questions. Like I'll try to get good questions and cherry pick them. And, try to go in depth. So, get a couple questions. And honestly, if you ever seen Expert Games' like really old Q&As, kind of similar to those ones. He did like a 10-minute Q&A. And it was a good setup. He doesn't really do them anymore. Granted, I don't really watch anyone's videos that much anyways. But I did see a couple of his Q&As. I think this would be a better way of doing it. People want to get into the feature question and get into it quicker. They'll watch the video for longer. It will help me be more successful. So it's probably what's going to happen either way. Either way, the videos are going to be shorter. But if you guys want to see me cherry pick those ideas, do hashtag yes, hashtag no down below. So hopefully you guys help me out with that. But other than that, thanks for understanding if you do. Sorry for those of you who want long Q&As. I'm not saying they're going away. I might do a long Q&A every now and then. But just know that, you got to think about the future of the channel. I don't want it to die out because it has terrible stats or something like that. YouTube's a very in-depth system. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for understanding, and as always, I'll catch you later.